Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I do appreciate it. Today's beer comes from Triptych Brewing, and these guys are out of Illinois. This is their Dank Meme. M-E-M-E, meme. Or Mimi? Is it a Mimi? I think it's pronounced meme. This was sent to me by Steve. He sent me a nice beer mail package the other day. And sent me an email with some information. It didn't have anything in the box, but we printed it off, so we got it all right here. So thanks a bunch, Steve. I do appreciate it. These are some beers, evidently, from his neck of the woods, and he contacted me, wanted to send me a little package. Sent me a little nice package, 5 or 6 beers in there. So he writes on this one is an East Coast Pale Ale at 5%, and is hopped with Azacca, Eldorado, and Citra hop. And he bought a 4-pack of this, and it was $8.99. Not a big ABV at 5%, but from what I'm reading and seeing about this beer, it should be a hop-forward version of an American Pale Ale. So, Beer Advocate has it listed at 4.5%. He's telling me it's 5%. And Untapped is telling me it's 5%. So evidently they've done this a couple of different times, and the ABV has changed a little bit from batch to batch or year to year. I don't know how often they do it. So I'm going to go with what Steve has told me, that this is a 5%er. I didn't see it on the can anywhere. Untapped also has it at 5%, so we're going to go with that. And it's 45 IBUs according to Untapped. And they write, brewed as a love letter to the trendsetters out on the East Coast. Dank Meme is a golden color pale ale, 45 IBUs, and it's 5% alcohol by volume. This beer is me not caring about clarity or aesthetics. In fact, not a single finding was given to this beer. We hopped this beer like a boss. Azacca, Eldorado, and plenty of Citra in the finish are sure to make you say, "Oh, really? Me gusta." So, let's see what this brings to the table. Let me mark this off my list, and we'll get into the beer here. So, big 16-ounce can with a wraparound stick-on label, so that tells me they're concentrating on what's inside the can, and rather than printing up a bunch of fancy cans. So I do appreciate when they do stuff like that, and instead of spending a lot of money on printed up cans that just get recycled or thrown away. But I do wish they would put the ABV on there. And it does have a canned on date of 04/17/18, and it's also got a Best By date of 07/17/18. So 4, 5, 6, 7. They're giving it a 3-month shelf life, which is what I give mine. I won't buy a beer that's got a 3-month or older shelf date on it. So this today is the Cinco de Mayo. It's 5/5/18. So it's not quite a month old, guys. It's like 3 weeks old. So should be very, very tasty. So let's pop the top on this thing and get it into the glass. And they're telling us they're not worried about the clarity of it, so maybe it's a juice bomb. I kind of doubt it, but probably be a little on the cloudier side. It looks pretty cloudy coming out here, guys. So while I pour this, looks like it's fairly well carbonated, so I'm not going to pour it too aggressive. Cuisine is Pan-Asia. Cheese are earthy Camembert Fontina. Your nutty cheeses, Asiago Colby Parmesan. Your tangy cheeses, Brick Adam Feta. Meat is poultry. Glassware to pint. Becker Nonic Tumbler Mug Signed Sidel. I'm using my favorite tulip glass today, guys. And it says here, not recommended for sending salary since it's a low ABV beer. So we still got a little bit for the back end pour. Very cloudy beer, guys. I mean, looks like a juice bomb. It really does. It's definitely an unfiltered beer. A nice rich amber color, but it has got a lot of cloudiness to it, so maybe this is and these guys are, like I said, up in Illinois, so I don't know what to expect. They're not calling it a New England style pale ale, so I may make that assessment here at the end of the beer review. So let's get a nose of this one. A nice finger of head on that pour. Seems to be fairly well carbonated. Nice hop presence. It's not off the chain like a lot of the New England style beers are, but it's got a very nice citrusy note. Hint of some oranges and grapefruit and mango. Smells very, very pleasant, guys. It really, really does. Smells like an IPA. It's definitely a hop forward pale ale. Smells delicious. First beer of the day for me. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Steve. Got a nice twang to it, maybe some unsweetened grapefruit in there. I've got a strong bitterness to it. It does have a little twang to it, but that's coming from the hops. I would say either in the flavor or aroma, or maybe it didn't say it was dry hopped, but it sounds like it's hopped up. That's very pleasant. Very nice lacing. It's already leaving on the glass. Well, let's do the back end pour here. See if it changes any of the clarity or the color. Doesn't seem to have brought it up to a bright orange color or anything. Looks like a mix between maybe orange juice and grapefruit juice in there, guys. It's not a bright orange color, but it definitely looks like a New England style pale ale with the color that I'm seeing and the clarity that I'm getting. So very pleasant, very easy drinking. Alcohol is basically non-existent as far as I can taste. Very pleasant. Slight hint of some dankness in there. Very pleasant, low ABV, 5% session pale ale. If you want to get into something with a little more hops, but not the bitterness at an IPA with 45 IBUs and the hop presence I'm getting, this would be a good one to jump into to get your palate acclimated to something with a little more hop presence without having 70, 80 or bigger IBUs in the beer. So not a big bitter beer to drink. So be a good transitional beer to jump into something with a little more hops in it. So, all right, guys, we're going to sip on this for a little bit and see what we end up with. All right, guys, I'm back. Got a little left here. Awesome lacing is left on the glass. Guys, this is a great transitional beer to get you in something, if you're not used to drinking IPAs or double IPAs, something to get you into something that has a lot more hop presence without the bitterness to go with it. A very hop-forward pale ale. I would consider this a New England style pale ale, guys. I really would. Looking at the clarity and the color and the hop presence, the aroma, a very well done beer. Canned on date is on there. Enjoy by date or best by date is on there. I just wish they would put the ABV. IBUs would be good too, but a lot of these breweries don't want to put that information on there as much as I'd like for them to. But I would like to see the ABV, especially if it's changing from year to year, so you'll know. Because Untappd doesn't have it listed as a 2017 or a 2018, and Beer Advocate never does that usually. So I don't know what else to say about it, but it is a very pleasant, hop-forward pale ale. I would consider this a New England style pale. So very tasty, Steve. Final choke. Very delicious, guys. Absolutely delicious. Without having the ABV, that's my biggest fuss about this beer. I think they need to put that on the label somewhere. That would be nice, but maybe they're using the label over and over and over again from batch to batch and year to year to year. I don't know. So that would probably be the biggest reason why they don't give us that information. But we got the canned on date and best by date. That's pretty good there. A lot of brewers won't even give us that. So we got 1 out of 3 anyway. Guys, I would probably give this a better grade if they had that information on that. To me, this is a 9 beer and an 8 can. That's what I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it A-90, but it is a very tasty beer, and I do consider it an A beer. So let's jump over to Beer Advocate on this one, and they have it at 4.23, exceptional. Would not argue with that one bit. A very, very tasty beer. And final check-in, we'll run over to Untapped. Untapped has it listed at 3.98. That's borderline B plus A minus. Well, for shits and giggles, let's just say it's A minus all around. And like I said, I would probably give it a solid A if it had the ABV on the can, which it does not. So, with that being said, if you guys have had the dank meme, or Mimi, or however you want to pronounce M-E-M-E, let me know what you think. These guys are, like I said, up in Illinois, Triptych Brewing. Very tasty. And I've got several other varieties from that brewery. So hopefully they're doing some really tasty stuff at that brewery, and I can understand why Steve likes this brewery. If all the rest of them he sent me from this brewery are just as tasty as this, going to be very impressive. So that's going to wrap it up on this. And like I said, if you've had this, let me know what you think, guys. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.